Hey, welcome back. Kevin, W-A-N-I, and I'm back with another video. All right, so my local ham radio club, a bunch of us were gathered together. We were eating breakfast together about a month ago or so. And we started picking on one of our fellow ham radio operators who decided to build a couple years ago a light bulb antenna. He got the plans from an ARRL magazine, and we were picking on him because he always joked that it was guaranteed not to work well at all. And he's right. After about 2 years of summer field day, I think he's made one contact with it. And so we started laughing and started making up other jokes and ideas and things like that. And I came up with this idea of a guitar antenna. I figured, why not? It can't work any worse than the light bulb antenna. So I found this guitar. The neck here is all broken. This was separated out and everything. I glued it together, clamped it, left it clamped for about 2 weeks because I really was busy with other things, so I didn't get back to it. Got back, unclamped it, it all stayed together. I was able to tune it and play it. It's the music that I will have in the background will be played from this guitar, because I figured if I'm gonna make an antenna out of a guitar, the guitar should work. So my plan is using this as a vertical. I'm going to drill a hole down here in the bottom, put an SO239 connector in it. The hole, I'm gonna then run it into the D string, because the D string will run all the way up to this top. It gives me the longest vertical I can possibly get. So I'm going to put a loading coil. I'm going to put a loading coil in down here in the bottom that will attach to that SO239 connector, run it up, and hopefully can make a few contacts on 10 meters. This is going to be a 10 meter. I'm keeping it short, and just pray the propagation gods will be in my favor when I pull it out to test it. As for ground radials, because it's a vertical, I plan on having a guitar stand, right? You always have a guitar stand with your guitar. Get done building it, put it in the guitar stand, have some way to connect this right here to the guitar stand and maybe run some wires out from that and make it into its radials. So that way we'll have a playable guitar that we can play as the band conditions are bad, and then when the band's open back up, we just set it in the guitar stand, get on the air, and make a few contacts. So that's the challenge, that's the hope. Let's see what we can do. All right, so I'm going to start here to figure out my loading coil, coil shortened vertical antenna calculator. And you have here kind of the explanation. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do total height of the antenna in feet. My antenna is going to be like 39 inches. So 39 inches, you're talking maybe 3 feet, 3.3, that's going to be pretty close. Distance from antenna base to the center of the coil in feet. We're base loading this. We're going to put it right down there at the bottom. So diameter of the conductor in inches, it's about 7/8, just a little shy of an inch. So we're going to say 0.8587, somewhere in there. And then operating frequency in megahertz, we're going to do 28.1, because I am going to use the CW band. I think I got a better chance of getting a CW contact than I do trying to do single sideband through a guitar. So we calculate that, and we get 1.7 microhenries. So we want to use the coil inductance calculator to design my loading coil, and it opens on a separate page. So we're going to keep it in inches since I'm an American and I do inches. So turns, I'm going to just stick in a guess of 14 turns. We already know our diameter of zero point 0.8 inches, 0.85. What did we say? We said that it would be 0.87. So 0.87 for the diameter. And the length, we're going to keep this to 1 inch length. And we calculate it, and I come up with 2.7 microhenries. And plenty, too much. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple turns less. We'll try 12, and we calculate that, and we're down to 2 microhenries, getting closer. We'll do 11 turns, and with 11 turns, we're down to 1.6. So somewhere between 11 to 12 turns. You know what? I'm going to go with 12, and that way I'd have a little bit more inductance. Just a little bit spread out. 0.1, we hit that, and 1.8 microhenry. So there we go. We're going to do 12 turns. Make sure we've got a good inch on there, maybe a little bit more. I got a tuner. We ought to be able to clean up any of the discrepancies within that, and we should be good to go. All right, so here we are. We got the measurement we need for our coil, and now we need to take the strings off the guitar. And once we take the strings off the guitar, we will get our hole drilled in. We will get our coil built, and we will get that all put in and then reconnect the strings, and we'll see what we got. So let's get started. All right, there we go. We've got the strings at least taken out of the neck so we can access down here in through the sound hole. So we are off to the next step. All right, the next thing I did was I went ahead and built my loading coil. Here it is. I put it on just a piece of PVC form. These are just a touch more than 1 inch. Horrible cameraman. I'm not a YouTuber. I put these just a little bit more than 1 inch apart. I actually put 1 extra coil on here. I find that it's easier to take a coil off if I have too many than it is to put coils back on if I don't have enough. So got the coil made. I'm gonna strip off the coating off of each end and then off to the next step. All right, there we go. That should take care of that side and this side. So we should be good to go, and we can drill a hole in the guitar. All right, now, please remember what I said about this guitar. It had a broken neck. It was starting to come out, starting to come off the body here. This was re-glued as well. I don't take drilling holes in instruments lightly. I'm a musician, as you know, and I struggled with this part, but it was already busted up. It's not a expensive guitar either, so bear with me as we go ahead and drill a hole in the bottom of a guitar for an SO239 connector. All right, so I changed my mind. I am gonna use a BNC connector. It's a little bit smaller. I should be able to use this 3/8 inch drill to get it through, hopefully, so that way the hole isn't as big. I may have to file it out just a little bit, but I don't think so. I think it should work just fine. So let's find out. Here we go. All right, there's our hole, and that should fit perfect. All right, so I'm gonna build this backwards. So this is the string I want to use to be the other part of the antenna. And so I'm gonna pop this out. I don't know how tightly this is in here. There we go. All right, so that's there. I don't know if you've ever had a string guitar, but on the other side of this, if I can get it out, is a little circle. And so I'm going to take this right here. I am going to, well, I was going to run it through, but it looks like it won't fit through there, through that little hole. So I will put it up through this okay, that should hold it. All right, string to that, to this, to the loading coil. All right, I'm gonna take off this, where the strap goes around, and I'm going to attach my radial to this. So I'll put it around the outside here and run it that way. The radial. Now for the fun part. Somehow getting it to lace through the guitar and come out the other end. Here we go. No idea how I am going to get this screwed onto the end once I get this all pulled into the guitar, because honestly I can't even reach in there. Stick my arm down in here, grab the loading coil end, and latch that off. Now I have the radials right here coming through, and that is my loading coil. I need to get this attached to my BNC connector. Alrighty. Alright, so there we go. Everything is put together. Now just letting it cool a little bit, and then I'll pull this back in. Hopefully somehow I can get the get this screwed in to tighten it on, and then that's connected to this to the D string that I will then pull all the way up and run it out, and we'll tune it up, and it's just a matter of seeing if it works. All right, and that's it. I got it put back together. There is the BNC connector where we'll plug in the antenna. I got the radials hooked up right here, so the shielding will go right out to this, and that will go out into my radials that I will hook up to the guitar stand that we will set this on to use as a vertical. And well, the good news is it does still play. Not bad. It is an old broken down guitar, but it does still work. So I'm excited to get it on the air and see what happens. All right, I am at K8106, Kilo 8106 here at Oxbow Lake. It's really close to the house. so it's easy to bring out a new antenna and test it. I got the coax running right up underneath to the to the BNC connector. I also have not gotten the guitar stand set up right yet, so I just had the radials just connected with a clip on the guitar strap hook there. So that is all running through the coax. Coax is running right up into the Jeep and into the into the 891. So I tried 10 meters first, and the SWR is pretty high, a little over 2. So I went down to 15, and 15, check out this SWR. So I think I'm gonna run 15 meters. The RBN's picked me up. Five, 559. All right, so that's it. I got my 10 contacts, like New Mexico, 2 from Puerto Rico. Let's see, where else did I go? Florida, Nevada, got 1 from Idaho. Thanks again, Paul, appreciate it. And yeah, a couple other places, obviously, around Texas, got a couple Texas. But crazy enough, it works. So, hey, hope you enjoyed the video. If it strikes a chord with you, subscribe. I don't make many videos, so I will catch you guys down the log. 7-3, W8NI. Have a great day, guys.